Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I just want you to take a deep breath in and get settled. Tell your body to relax. I would prefer that you were just sitting in a comfortable place, not driving, not doing dishes, not working, not looking at your phone other than just maybe seeing my slides and listening to my voice. It's a time for you to get centered, for you to tap into the energy that creates worlds. Just take a deep breath in and let that go. I have a morning ritual. Every day I think about what I'm grateful for. As soon as I open my eyes, in the old days, I used to hit my snooze alarm and be grumpy and get back under the covers and fall asleep and hit the snooze again and get grumpier and hit the snooze again and then drag myself out of bed to go to a job. Well, I didn't have a purpose. I didn't have a big goal. In fact, I didn't like setting goals because I used to worry about failing or maybe succeeding and the goal wasn't big enough. And I felt if I failed at something, I was a failure. I had a terrible mindset. Yet people around me thought I had an ideal life. I had a good government job, married, kids, grandkids, good house, good everything. But we can give up good for great. Most people are so worried about hanging on to what they have so that they don't lose what they already know. And that's part of the problem is we settle. We don't think about what we really want because we don't think we're worthy, or we were told we don't deserve it, or we were told we were programmed to believe in lack and limitation and there's not enough to go around. Well, my Bob Proctor, my mentor Bob Proctor told me that you have to change your mindset, focus on abundance, focus on prosperity, focus on what do you love? What would you really want? If there was no time restrictions and money was no object, no objection, what would you love? You know, you can be blessed in every area of your life. You can have wonderful vitality in your health. You could have perfect health where you're strong and calm, because disease or dis-ease is the opposite of ease in the body. It comes from stress and struggle and pushing. What if you could just relax and enjoy your life, have a purpose, love your job, earn money easily and effortlessly, be so blessed in your relationships, in your love life, feeling abundant in every area, feeling prosperous in finances so you don't have to worry about debt or bills. But what would you do if you were wealthy? How would you be living? How would you be helping your community? How much more would you give to your family, to your church, to your charity, to your community? Wouldn't it be lovely if you could take care of poverty in your neighborhood? Not build a homeless shelter, but make sure no one went without. What kind of a world would we live in if everyone believed in their own worth, that they deserved to be healthy and happy and abundantly blessed? Part of the problem with anxiety and depression, I believe, is people being programmed to believe they're worthless. How do you feel about yourself? Do you believe that you were put here for a purpose? That you have divine loving energy flowing to and through you at all times? And as you remind yourself of that, as you fill yourself up with that beautiful divine light, you could have it radiating out of you like an aura. You are worthy. You are loved. You are here for a purpose. You are a spiritual being, and you are here in physical human form to help expand the universe. Spirit is always for expansion and further expression. And that means you. Get into the energy flow of well-being, into loving life and knowing that life loves you. If you think about what it is, let's take another deep breath in and truly get settled in and relaxed. Whether you've imagined beautiful lavender energy flowing into the crown of your head and swirling all around, touching every nerve, every cell, filling you up with joy and health and happiness and love. Or you surround yourself with a white light of love, protection, filling yourself with love, with joy, with kindness, with well-being. When you're filled with well-being, when you love your life, you want to express it. So think about a time in your life that was the happiest, the healthiest, you were at your best. You accomplished something, you overcame an obstacle or a barrier, and you succeeded. You were victorious. Maybe it's the birth of a child, or your business succeeding, or your first house, or a trip. You can fill yourself up with memories of a special time in your life where you're just glowing with gratitude. Now, I want you to carry that feeling into knowing that you would really love something else in your life. Maybe it's another physical object. Maybe it's a newer house or a different trip. Maybe you have something in your mind that you'd like to invent. You don't really know how, but you know it would make life easier for yourself and others. What does the end result look like and feel like? I want you to get into the spirit of the goal already attained. Think about how it would feel to attain that goal. And you might not like the word goal, just like I didn't like the word goal, but let's pretend we're going somewhere. You have a destination in mind, and you know that when you get there, you're going to be happier, healthier, more joyful. It's just a matter of time before you hit that destination, whether it is a physical object or being in love and being loved in return. Your business is booming and money is flowing into your bank account. Maybe you decided you wanted to become a billionaire and change the world in some way. Bring to mind the picture of what that destination is. What target would you shoot for? What do you want to write on your goal card? I am so happy and grateful now that. So here's my morning ritual. After I get into the state of gratitude, feeling grateful for what I already have, what I already have done, what I've become, my home, a beautiful hot cup of coffee, a beautiful sunrise, the ability to turn on the light and my computer works, my appliances are reliable, my home is comfortable and clean and organized and beautiful and decorated the way I like it. I am grateful for my loving husband. I am grateful and so in love with my grandchildren. Whatever you're grateful for, write it down. Get into that feeling of true gratitude. Maybe it's a grandchild, maybe it's a pet, maybe it's your spouse or your children. What are you so grateful for that you just have a beautiful, warm, loving energy radiating through every cell of your being? And then write down your goal. Maybe you have a goal card. Maybe you have sticky notes all over your house. Maybe you have a vision board or a script or a story. Get in tune with that. Repeat your goal. I am so happy and grateful now that. And in one sentence or in one paragraph, what does your ideal life look like? Now that you've arrived at your perfect life, you're healthy, you're happy, you're loved, you're wealthy, you're richly blessed in every area. What are you most grateful for? What are you most connected to right now? Write it down with the feeling as if it's already here. How are you going to feel now that it's in your physical reality? How full of gratitude are you? You could just burst with love. If you've written out a gratitude list and you're in the loving energy of being grateful, really feeling what it's like, that puts you in the state of receivership, the state of receiving what you truly desire. It's like you've asked the universe for what you want. You've looked at what is it that I really want, and now you're ready to receive it. So here is my morning ritual. I repeat my goal. I am so happy and grateful now that. Whatever you've written down on your goal card or whatever you're thinking that you would truly desire because you know that would feel so awesome, give thanks for it as if it's already happened. Feel the experience of how it will feel when the goal is achieved, when you've reached that destination, when you've hit your target, when your life is what it is that you've written down. So the third step then is ask yourself, who have I become now that I reached my goals? You have to change your mindset. You have to change your feeling. You have to change your actions in order to have the goal show up. You have to become the person that has attained the goal. That's changing from the inside. And when we change the inside, the outside changes to reflect that. So then we know that successful people are goal achieving. They've done something. They've overcome obstacles and challenges, just like you have. You've been victorious in lots of areas of your life. You've accomplished great things. We know that the same old self cannot attain a new goal. So the fourth step is, what are my 6 goal achieving activities today? What are 6 things that I could do to attain my goal? I've written down my goal. I know what I want. I know where I'm going. I've written it down as if it's already happened. I'm thinking from the goal already accomplished, from the place I'm going to land. I'm going to jump into this wonderful future, and I'm here now. How did I get here? You could ask your higher self, the version of you that has already reached the destination. You're at the top of the mountain, or you've got the billions of dollars in your bank. What are the steps I took? What are 6 goal achieving activities that I did in order to get to where I am? What are the number 5 is write out the habits of the successful you, the version of you that has your goal. You want to study yourself. You want to study the laws of the universe. You want to study thinking into the results that you're going after, and write out 1 or 2 habits that will get you to your goal. What will I say no to? If I say yes, to the things that I'm going to do to make sure that my vision becomes physical reality, because everything starts with a picture in your mind and planting that image in your heart, becoming so in love with it that you're going to crash through a wall to get it. You have to be willing to give up some lesser things. So that's what sacrifice means, not killing yourself, but maybe instead of spending 6 hours binging Netflix, maybe you read or study something that is really powerful information, or you learn more about your industry. So what can I say no to? If I say yes to my dream, to all the things that I'm going to be doing now that I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I've attained my beautiful goal, what do I have to say no to? Who have I become? There is a self-image shift. I am healthy. I am happy. I am joyfully blessed. I see my relationships as loving and respectful. I see my bank account as overflowing so I can help more people. Consistency. I'm in a totally different vibrational energy than the old version of me that hit the snooze and grumbled and dragged myself to a job that I didn't feel was fulfilling anymore. Once you decide that you're going to be doing something that you love, once you decide what it is, once you decide where you're going, you have to take action. You have to take some risks. Maybe you have to put yourself out there and phone people that you love, people that come to mind, people that could be your clients, but you're worried that they're going to say no. What habits can you start to take so that you do live the life that you really want? It's going to take acting differently. It's going to take new behaviors. And certainly it's going to be thinking from the goal already attained, from the wish fulfilled, not how am I going to get there, but what does it feel like? What does it look like? And now, what actions did I take to get here? If you sit quietly, without multitasking, without being the old version of yourself, but thinking from the place of the goal already attained, who have you become now that you have your goal? You're going to have to take some risks. And the dictionary tells us that to risk is to expose oneself to the chance of loss. Bob Proctor says, I suppose that's true, but you cannot gain something new when your fist is tightly closed around the old. You have to let go of something that's no longer serving you in order to make room for the new, for the love, the joy, the prosperity. You have to let go of the lack and limitation. You have to let go of the old version of you, and certainly stop beating yourself up if that's a habitual way that you're living your day. Here's a piece of literature that suggests to laugh is to risk appearing the fool. To weep is to risk appearing sentimental. To reach out for another is to risk involvement. To expose feelings is to risk exposing your true self. To place your ideas, your dreams before a crowd is to risk their loss. To love is to risk not being loved in return. To live is to risk dying. To hope is to risk despair. To try is to risk failure. Do you know most people really want something, but they're so worried about avoiding a loss that they don't risk gaining a profit? We do have to sacrifice something of a lower nature for something of a higher nature. And that could mean a job that you no longer enjoy, a relationship in which you're not loving and respecting each other. What would it look like if you loved and respected your family, your friends, your spouse, that you felt joyful? That energy, fill yourself up with that energy and send love to people that you're having an issue with. That will change the energy of the relationship. You have to change the way you think, the energy that you send out, and your behavior, and that will change everything around you. You may avoid suffering and sorrow if you don't risk, but you simply cannot learn, feel, change, grow, love, or live. The greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing. The person who risks nothing does nothing, thus really has nothing. Only a person who risks is free. Most people shy away from taking a risk, even if it's a small risk, to give them something that they really want because of fear of loss, failure, and maybe perceived humiliation. What if you automatically, instead of automatically thinking that you're going to fail, why wouldn't we first try and see, try something, risk going after that mountaintop instead of having thoughts of, I can't, I don't know how. What if we start to think, I am really going after that. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I can't stay where I am. I want this. I am willing to pretend that I already have it in my mind, to think about how it would feel, to write it down, to think about who I am now that I have that goal, now that I've attained that victory. What could I do starting today to change the way I think, to feel worthy, to go after that goal, to risk, to become the person that has that goal? What do you really want? Write it down, focus on how it would feel, and do something today that will open up a path to a better tomorrow. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I'm going to see you at 9 o'clock this morning to talk about going through that terror barrier to the other side of freedom. And of course, I'll see you back here tomorrow morning for another round of morning mindfulness. Thank you.